You need to watch this if you think world travel is only for the rich. I visited 20 countries and I did it on a budget so tight most people wouldn't believe me. Picture this. You're standing inside an ancient temple in Myanmar at sunrise. Hot air balloons drift across the sky. You paid $3 to get in. Behind you, a street vendor in Vietnam is handing you a bowl of bao that costs less than a cup of coffee back home. This isn't a dream. This is what happens when you stop believing the lie that travel is expensive. I'm about to show you 20 countries, what they cost, what they taught me, and the hidden system that makes it all possible. Let's go. I'm Galgon Wireless, off the grid, on an adventure. I don't just read about places from a screen. I go there. I eat the street food. I get lost in the markets. I find the corners of the world that guidebooks skip. These 20 countries changed how I see everything: money, freedom, fear, and home. The more I traveled, the more I realized that the world is often very different from what we're told. Places that seem intimidating from a distance can become welcoming once you arrive. So let's start where most people never go. Bhutan doesn't want mass tourism. That's not marketing. That's their actual policy. This tiny Himalayan kingdom charges a daily fee just to step inside. No tobacco, no traffic lights. They measure success, not by GDP, but by gross national happiness. And you can feel it the moment you arrive. The air is cleaner. The roads are quieter. The pace of life slows down. The forests cover most of the country. And by law, they can never fall below a certain level. Bhutan is carbon negative, absorbing more carbon than it produces. And yet it's still possible to visit, even on a budget, if you know how and plan carefully. Bangladesh is the country nobody puts on their bucket list. And that's exactly why you should go. I floated through the Ratargal freshwater swamp forest in a wooden canoe. Trees rose straight out of crystal clear water. The only sound was the paddle touching the surface. Then there are the Sundarbans, the largest mangrove forest on Earth, home to the Bengal tiger. And the tea plantations of Sri Mangal stretching across the hills like a painting. What surprised me most wasn't the scenery. It was the people. Curious, welcoming, and always ready to help. Bangladesh costs very little, but offers an incredible amount in return. Myanmar isn't just another stop on the map. It's the kind of place that overwhelms you with beauty. Bagan at sunrise. Thousands of ancient temples rising through the mist as hot air balloons float overhead. Then there's Inla Lake, where fishermen still row with one leg, using techniques passed down through generations. Ubain Bridge at sunset. Monks crossing in golden light. And Shwedagon Pagoda glowing against the night sky. Everywhere you look, there is history. Everywhere you go, there is a story. Myanmar isn't easy to visit right now, but when it opens fully, it's a place worth seeing. Southeast Asia is where your money goes incredibly far. In Vietnam, a bowl of po can cost less than $2. In Thailand, some of the best street food you'll ever eat costs only a few dollars. Walk through a night market and you'll find flavors, aromas, and experiences that stay with you for years. Cambodia offers Angkor Wat, the largest religious monument on Earth. Standing there at sunrise feels like stepping into another world. The Philippines gives you thousands of islands, crystal clear water, and beaches that feel untouched. Sri Lanka offers train journeys through endless green tea plantations and landscapes that seem almost unreal. All of this can often be experienced for around $30 a day or less. That's the price many people spend on lunch back home. India doesn't ease you in. It throws you into the deep end and dares you to swim. Varanasi at dawn, boats on the Ganges. Ancient rituals unfolding as the sun rises. Jaisalmer Fort rising from the desert like a golden fortress. Hampi's ruins scattered among giant boulders, and Goa, where simple beachside meals can cost very little. India is loud, colorful, chaotic, beautiful. It challenges you, surprises you, and rewards you all at the same time. India on a budget isn't just possible, it's surprisingly comfortable if you know where to go. Now here's the part that sounds too good to be true. There's a system that lets you live in countries around the world for free. It's called work exchange. You volunteer a few hours each day, helping on farms, at hostels, or at retreats, and in return, you receive accommodation and meals. No tricks, no scams. Just travelers and hosts helping each other. This simple system can stretch a travel budget further than most people imagine. I met people who had been traveling for months, some for years. Not because they were rich, but because they understood how to use opportunities that most people never hear about. Travel isn't always about spending more money. Often it's about spending smarter. Traveling the world also taught me something unexpected about America. Many people are leaving expensive cities for places where life is more affordable. In some areas, rent for a tiny apartment can cost thousands of dollars each month. Elsewhere, the same money can provide an entire home. People are rethinking where they live, how they work, and what really matters. Sometimes the most exciting destination isn't far away. It's simply somewhere you can afford to build a better life. South Korea is much more than K-pop and skincare. It's a country full of energy, incredible food, and unforgettable experiences. Korean barbecue, spicy street food, and bustling night markets make every evening feel alive. Seoul after dark feels electric. The streets glow with neon lights and endless activity. But South Korea also has a darker side. Abandoned hospitals, historic prisons, and places with stories that still linger in the air. The contrast between the bright modern city and the shadows of the past is unforgettable. It's a reminder that every country has layers, not just the beautiful ones shown on postcards. Everyone says Europe is expensive. They're not entirely right. Budapest offers stunning architecture, rich culture, and affordable prices. Romania feels like stepping into a fairy tale with castles, forests, and colorful villages. The truth is that Europe has expensive corners and affordable corners. If you're willing to explore beyond the most famous destinations, you'll discover incredible value. And here's one of the biggest secrets of budget travel. You don't need lots of gear. A carry-on bag, packing cubes, and the discipline to travel light can save money, time, and stress. The less you carry, the more freedom you have. The more freedom you have, the easier travel becomes. After visiting 20 countries, I started noticing a pattern. The places I remembered most weren't always the famous landmarks. They were the unexpected moments, a conversation on a train, a meal shared with strangers, a hidden viewpoint that wasn't in any guidebook. Those are the memories that stay with you. Not because they were expensive, because they were real. Here's what 20 countries taught me. The world is not as dangerous as many people think. It's not out of reach. And it's not only for the wealthy. In every country I visited, I found kindness. Strangers shared meals with me, families welcomed me, and moments so beautiful I forgot to take out my camera. Travel strips away what you think you need and shows you what truly matters. A shared meal, a sunrise, a conversation with someone who doesn't speak your language. The realization that home can be found almost anywhere. The world feels smaller when you travel through it. And at the same time, it feels bigger than you ever imagined. Every border crossed becomes a lesson. Every destination becomes a story. And every journey leaves a mark on who you are. This isn't a dream. This is the world. And it's yours. If this video opened your eyes to what's possible, subscribe. I'm documenting every country I visit. The hidden gems, the street food, the haunted places, and the real cost of travel. There are still countless adventures ahead, countless stories waiting to be told, and countless places left to explore. The world is too big to stay home, and I'm taking you with me. See you on the next adventure.